Y'all are woke and you're weak. Woke means weak. You're not built for nothing. They want y'all weak. Woke means weak. Woke means weak. Sound like a chant, right? Woke means weak. These people want you all to be weak. Say it with me. Woke means weak. Woke means weak. Naomi Osaka is crying and slinging snot, crying those crocodile tears because she's pushing an agenda. The mental health agenda. People are too mentally weak to be human beings. Naomi Osaka is working with the elite. This is all staged and planned and strategic. She was not bullied. The man asked her a question. What would these athletes and entertainers be without the press? What would these athletes and entertainers be without the press? So how in the world could any athlete or entertainer be upset with the press? These people, these athletes and celebrities, they're narcissists. They are narcissists. They are consumed with themselves. This old Hollywood trick of becoming a victim, then becoming a hero is played out, and you all keep falling for it. There's nothing wrong with Naomi Osaka. Nothing.
And it's highly likely if a person has been operating for a long enough amount of time with a narcissistic, entitled, abrasive, nonchalant, unappreciative energy, that's who they are. And it's, it's rare for people to change. Not to say that they can't. Another thing with narcissistic people, you never hear from them when stuff is good, only when things are going bad. And this is a sign. Those who ignore it will pay, because what the universe does is it'll hurt you over and over and over again until you get the lesson.
When you say I'm not crazy about dealing with you guys, what does that refer to?
Well, you've said you don't especially like the press conference format.
Mm.
And yet that seems to be the obviously the most widely used means of communicating to the media and through the media to the public.
That's interesting. I would say the occasion, like when to do the press conference, is what I feel is the most difficult. But I mean, for me, I feel like this is something that I can't really speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. But ever since I was younger, I've had a lot of media interest on me, and I think it's because of my background as well as, how I play. Because in the first place, I'm a tennis player. That's why a lot of people are interested in me.
Now they've accused this man of bullying this girl, and it's a lie. You go to a press conference to get asked questions. What are we talking about? And then the lady says something slick. The lady says something slick. The lady talking about, can I ask you a question about tennis? And they start talking about Haiti. What are we talking about, people? What are we talking about? Y'all keep falling for this propaganda. I'm too mentally weak to be a human. If Naomi Osaka was this weak, how did she make it this far in life? How did she become one of the best tennis players in the world if she was this mentally weak? It's impossible. It's a bad script. These people want you weak and ill-equipped to deal with life. They want a weakened society so America can crumble and fall.
I would say in that regards, I'm quite different to a lot of people, and I can't really help that there are some things that I tweet or some things that I say that kind of create a lot of news articles or things like that. And I know that it's because I've won a couple Grand Slams and I've gotten to do a lot of press conferences that these things happen. But I would also say, like, I'm not really sure how to balance it too. Like, I'm figuring it out at the same time as you are, I would say.
Hello, Naomi. Hopefully it's okay if I ask a couple of tennis questions. The first one is just how the training has been and how your preparation has been for the summer hard court swing. And the second one is just related to your tweet over the weekend, related to what's going on in Haiti. Just what your reaction is to the news there. Thank you.
Many of you all are moved by these crocodile tears. I'm not. All this crying and slanging snot, I'm not moved by it. There's nothing wrong with her. She's pushing an agenda. This whole mental health agenda. This is what this is about, making you all weak.
Sorry.
No, you're super good.
Okay, I think we're just going to take a quick break. Just we'll be back in one moment.
Look what bullying has been reduced to. Back in the day, bullying involved getting your lunch money took. Back in the day, bullying involved getting your lunch money took. Now bullying involves someone asking you a question. Look how weak we've gotten. They're leading you all to the slaughter with this whole woke movement, this PC movement. They're leading you all to the slaughter.
What interested me about her statement was this. Hey everyone, this isn't a situation I ever imagined or intended when I posted a few days ago. I think now the best thing for the tournament, the other players, and my well-being is that I withdraw so that everyone can get back to focusing on the tennis going on in Paris. I never wanted to be a distraction. Well, to that, I have only one thing to say. Of course Naomi Osaka wanted to be a distraction. That's what she does. She has a history of being a distraction at tennis tournaments, largely to do with her activism last year for Black Lives Matter. And her statement announcing that she wasn't going to do press at the French Open was every bit as distracting. Rather than simply an announcement, it was a pointed indictment of the International Tennis Federation. Naomi likened press conferences to kicking a person while they are down and admonished the ITF for allegedly not paying enough attention to players' mental health.
All these people get on the main stage and stunt and then come back and say they're victims. Could you imagine if these athletes and entertainers went out and no one recognized them? No one talked to them? No one wanted pictures with them? Could you imagine what they would do? They would lose their mind. You'd have to put them on suicide watch if no one paid attention to them. These people are consumed with themselves. This is a Hollywood trick. You become a victim, then become a victor. Now, Naomi Osaka is going to make so much money being a mental health advocate. Simone Biles too. Sha'Carri Richardson too. What do all these women have in common? You can see it because they use us to push all of the agendas because we are the people of influence. I keep telling you all this. They use us to push every agenda, and these folks are going to lead us to the slaughter.
If the organizations think that they can just keep saying do press or you're going to get fined and continue to ignore the mental health of the athletes that are at the centerpiece of their cooperation, then I just got to laugh. Anyways, I hope the considerable amount that I will get fined for this will go towards a mental health charity. And that right there is how we know that she was very intent on being a distraction. First of all, she's presented an inaccurate depiction of the situation. The tennis organizations do not just ignore the mental health of players. As the ITF said in their statement, not only did they try unsuccessfully to get in contact with Naomi after she emailed them initially announcing she would not be doing press conferences, they also provide ample resources for players' well-being. In addition, The Women's Tennis Association pointed out that it has provided staff dedicated to the mental health of WTA players for more than 20 years, including a mental health care provider in person at tournaments and telehealth sessions between tournaments upon request. The WTA said it also provides resources and support across 4 primary areas of need, including mental health consultation support and referrals, mental performance skills, tour life skills development and strategies, and critical incident management / safeguarding support. What more does Naomi want? I mean, clearly, tennis organizations are very aware of the mental health of athletes and the pressure that they are under.
This whole woke movement is going to be the death of America. The woke movement is actually war against the people.
Have people who have something mean to say about you. And for the most part, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't care. I just think when I'm working this hard, my tolerance gets lower. My patience is lower. I'm more sensitive. And it gets to me.
Ain't nothing wrong with Naomi Osaka, and ain't nothing wrong with any of these celebrities or athletes or entertainers. Nothing. They got all the money, they got all the fame. So it seems like to me, they're ungrateful. I know folks with much less that are happier, but it seems like to me, they're ungrateful. I want you all to remember one thing. They signed up for this voluntarily. Matter of fact, when these athletes, celebrities, and entertainers were children or young, they imagined themselves being adored by millions and millions of fans with all the bright lights and all the accolades. So then when you get it, now's not a time to start fake crying and slinging snot.
They don't want you getting in the game. They don't want you playing. They don't want you competing. They want you to have that crutch of my mental health. I need to take time off. They don't want you to think that you can overcome your situations, that you can overcome your adversity. You can overcome your own emotions. You don't have to be angry all the time just because the TV told you to be angry. You don't have to be sad just because the TV told you to be sad. They don't want that. You're the target. Who are they going after? You, the individual that does not depend on them.
Woke means weak. Woke means weak. Say it with me. Woke